um, branches.
Okay, we're on.
Now we're on, okay? Good morning. Welcome to fall, everyone out there in TV land.
Wow, TV
I know.
land.
I used to hear that when I was younger. I'm not
Yeah.
sure who said that. Howdy doody,
Howdy
probably.
Doody, I think that's what it was. Howdy Doody.
Yeah, they
I
all
don't
did.
remember Howdy Doody actually.
I know, you were too young.
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm just glad that whoever is tuning in, I'm glad that you're here today because the Center for Spiritual Living is actually about connection. It's about
Yeah.
expansion. It's
Yes.
about commitment. It's about living life from that space of spirit. And this is, I believe, one of the most amazing centers for spiritual living in the whole country.
Oh, in the whole world.
In the whole world.
Whole
Okay.
world.
In the whole country, yeah.
The whole universe. Why
The
stop
whole
there?
universe, yeah. I just want to remind some of you, if you ever like to get up early, that from 10:30 to 10:45, we do a meditation in the room across the hall. And when people connect in meditation together, it's even a deeper meditation. Something happens that you're not even aware of. Your week will be different, and all of a sudden you'll go, oh, it's because I did the meditation at the Center for Spiritual Living on Sunday. Right.
Okay.
Okay. So you're invited to come at 10:30 to 10:45 on Sunday mornings. Is there anything else?
No.
My name is Reverend Mary Jean DeRusha. I'm the co-minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living, and this is.
I have a microphone, thank you.
Oh,
That's not my name.
he has his own microphone.
I'm Larry, Reverend Larry.
Reverend
Just
Larry.
write it down.
Yeah. I want to welcome back Eve Maltzman. She's been in Scotland forever. Welcome back, Eve.
Yay. Forever?
Forever. Her fiance, Emerson, was that last week that he?
Yeah.
Just,
I watched.
wasn't that cute?
I was in a cab too.
You were in a
Oh,
cab.
wow.
Trying to like go in and out of service.
Wow.
he was like, I'm dedicating this to my fiance, and he has gone back to Mexico, and Eve is here for now. So, anything else?
No.
There's wonderful things happening here at the center. We're now gearing up after COVID with activities. Are you excited about that? Are you ready to join in some activities and connect with other people? You know, it's sort of been like 2 years of a hiatus, and now, so one of the things that's coming up soon is a bonfire party, and you're all invited.
Yeah.
But I'm going to have Tom come up and share some of the announcements because
Okay.
he's paid big bucks to be the announcement person on the first Sunday. No, he's our volunteer, and he's on the prayer team, and he's my volunteer on Tuesdays. So, Tom, let us know what we can do here, okay?
Yeah, it's fall bust loose around here. All kinds of things happen. Good morning. I'm Tom. I actually am going to segue, I guess, right from this into the prayer because I have that too. And I'll try to be reverent while I do this. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks to everybody who contributed to the parking lot. I think we're still looking for a few pennies more, but we're still raising that money to finish the final payment. You can donate in the bookstore with cash, check, or credit card. New Member Sundays coming up. It was going to be last month, I think, but now it's going to be December 11th. So if you are called to join our happy band of folks here, check out the flyers in the lobby there. We're going to have another sound bath. Sherry Lease is going to do one of her amazing experiences next Friday, October 7th at 7 o'clock. There it is. It tells you everything you need to know right here in this room. Yes, yes. Well, and sign up in the bookstore. I don't think it says that up there. Sherry, here, you want to say anything? Yeah.
Thanks. We're doing a sound bath, and in fact, in the Post-Dispatch this morning, there was a thing about sound baths in the everyday section, which I thought was cool. How people go in Forest Park and how it's up and coming and doing all over. But anyway, it's a sound bath. It's a time for restorative, meditative, go where you need to go and just be. And people seem to really enjoy it. And there's one person who's come every 4 times, so this is my 5th one, and I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. And I've been practicing on my gong, so it's all good. So please do join us.
And I don't know if you heard Mary Jean, bring a mat, because it's stretch out on the floor type of thing. Classes, we've got classes coming up, as we always do in the fall. We used to have foundations, but the course has been renamed Spiritual Practices and Principles. It's engaging, intriguing, and really interesting. It's also the prerequisite to all other accredited classes. So if you ever hear that there's a class that's accredited, you have to do this one first. The first session is this Wednesday, October 5th, 6 o'clock to 8:30, and it runs for 5 weeks. That's another change. It used to be 10. So they've shrunk it down. Please sign up so that we can have notebooks ready for you. But we don't just have a stack of those waiting. We wait till you register so we know how many to make. Let's see. Reverend Mary Jean and Reverend Larry are going to teach this. Sign up again in the bookstore. There are scholarships available. And if you did foundations before, you can use this as a redo on that if you wish. And it's just $50 if that's the case for you. The other class we have is Visioning. It starts Tuesday, October 4th, this coming Tuesday, and runs for 6 sessions. It's from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Reverend Mary Jean and Debbie Payno are the instructors. Sign up in the bookstore for that one too. Debbie, you want to say anything about this? Okay. Come on down.
So this class is Life Visioning. It was created by Michael Beckwith. Probably most of you are familiar with Michael Beckwith. He founded the Agape Center, International Spiritual Center, and he used the visioning process to start Agape Center. He started with a small group of people, and now I think he has like 9,000 members in the LA area, plus people that listen all over the world to Agape. And he created this visioning process as a transformational sort of thing. What visioning is where you catch the vision of God or of your spirit for your life. And you can use it to transform yourself in the area of just your general life purpose or any specific area of your life. So it's a transformational process. I want to read a quote from Michael Beckwith. He says that pain pushes until a larger vision pulls us. So pain is a message, and by pain he means like any difficulty you might have in any area of your life, not just actual pain. So, and he's saying that the pain transmits a message that we are living in too small of an inner world. So visioning is about catching Spirit's vision for your life and then the specific process that he made up to bring forth that vision. So it's a transformational process, and it can transform your whole life. So if you want to join us, I think it'll be a really good class.
Thanks, Debbie. Yeah. I guess it's all about tuning into the right channel. Right? Okay, the annual congregational meeting and potluck will be next Sunday, a week from today, October 9th, after the service. We'd like to have all the members here so that we can keep you updated on information and the business of the Center for Spiritual Living. It's an important meeting, so please be there. And we're going to have a potluck before the meeting, so bring a dish to share too. And unlike, if you've been here a long time, it's not like it used to be. The meetings are a lot quicker and more to the point, and a lot less discussion, shall we say. So, the bonfire that Mary Jean mentioned a while ago is the 14th of October. We're going to have Final Veil performing, all kinds of live music and fire performers, as they often have with them. It's really good. I don't know if you've seen them before, but it's something to be seen and heard. We're asking for a $10 donation. Please sign up. Sign up to help set up for the bonfire or to help sell and serve drinks and food. We need to know all the functions are covered out there. Yeah, there's a sign-up sheet out on the table in the lobby. It's in 2-hour shifts, so please be sure to do that. Anybody here for the first time, we have a gift for you. We're going to shine the spotlight and embarrass you. No, we're not. Do we have music now, or is it? I think I'm done. Okay, prayer. Is that right? So, let's just settle in and relax. Let your breath just come in easily. Fill your whole body. This is life. It's divine life. Because that divine spirit is all there is. We are part of it without having to do any practice, any effort. We're already there. And all we do is just call forth those qualities of that spirit that we want to experience. This is all about changing our thoughts, pointing our minds in a new direction. That direction that says fuller life, greater experience, an infinite expression of who we are. Because that spirit is infinite, so are we. Because it is joy, we have joy. Because it is power, we are powerful. Because it is whole, perfect, complete, and harmonious, we are all of those and more. We are abundantly supplied. And it's all a matter of changing how we look at life. So we take that opportunity right now to say, hey, there's a path for me here. There's a goal that I want to reach. There's a new experience that I want. And so together we can set our apparently individual ideals before us. And the law always says yes. So right now, having said this, having stated our word and claimed that truth, I know the law has kicked in, it's taking its effect, and seeing to it that our highest and our best is what we experience right now. Right now. So I am grateful for the ability to state our word and know our truth. I'm grateful that because we do that, the law comes back with a big yes. And so it's done. We just let go, step back, know it's handled. It's just that easy. And so with that gratitude, that great relief in just letting go, I say we are done. And so together we say, and so it is. Amen.
Good morning. We are both glad, I speak for Tim, to be here today. And we're going to start this morning with a song by Melissa Felipe called Infinite Possibilities. I need to remember, I personally have infinite possibility of what I can create. We all are one, made up of the love through all creation. There is an endless supply of the power that brings us here. And when we harness that light, you know nothing can stop us now. Anything can happen right here. So open your heart and start believing. The only limit is your mind. You can have everything. Let's go beyond fantasy. 'Cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Knowing who we are, spirit of pure divinity, manifesting our dreams and stepping into the mystery. Oh, we're living in the world of infinite possibility. Step into the limitless of who you are. Now follow the path that leads to freedom. You only need to let it be. Everything's there within. Let's go beyond fantasy. 'Cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Knowing who we are, with the spirit of pure divinity, are manifesting our dreams, stepping into the mystery. 'Cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. 'Cause we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Knowing who we are, we're spirits of pure divinity, manifesting our dreams. Now we're stepping into the mystery. Oh, we're living in the world of infinite possibilities. Yeah. We're living in the world of infinite possibilities. We're knowing who we are, spirits of pure divinity, manifesting our dreams, stepping into the mystery. Oh, we're living in the world of infinite possibilities.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. How are you? All right, let's all stand up and greet your neighbor. Hey. All right, come on back. Come on back. Okay, this side is good, this side. Hello over there? Hello? Hello? Have a seat. Okay, there's a little teaching on this side to be done because that side was listening. All right, come on back. Have a seat. Have a seat. So, yeah. Okay, you're in the penalty box right now. Wait a minute, that's hockey, isn't it? Yeah, but the Cardinals won, right? Yay! And they won the Central Division. You see, I follow baseball once a year. Today I'm talking about, well, the theme for this month is commitment, which I'm not necessarily committed to, but what does that word mean? Actually, that word is a little loaded in our world today, isn't it? But really what it meant, I think I looked up a bunch of definitions: dedicated, loyal, devoted, faithful. Interesting. Committed. Reminds me of when I was growing up watching television, and there was a cartoon series on called Tom and Jerry. Oh my goodness, everybody knows it? I'm shocked. So, Tom, the first cartoon I watched of the series, Tom was new to the house. And he was just kind of getting the lay of the land, and he sees the mouse. And he goes, oh, dinner. And he heads, or he, you know how the cats do, they get ready to attack. And he gets real close, he's ready to pounce, and Jerry senses there's trouble. And he speeds away from him, and the cat chases him, and they must have done 10 minutes of just running around the whole house, up and down and all. And Jerry slides through a little hole in the floor, as he always did from then on, and made fun of Tom. So the interesting part of that is that when you think about it, Tom was committed to his dinner, but if he failed, he knew he was going to have another one. Jerry was committed to his survival, because if he didn't make it, there wasn't another one. That's the difference, isn't it? 100% means committed. Anything less than that is not committed. Yeah? So the whole idea of commitment, especially when it comes to our spiritual development, I want to say if you're not 100% committed to your spiritual evolution, then you're committed to the world. And if you're committed to the world, you are at the whim of everything that's going on out in the world. But we come here, we come to this place to evolve, to grow spiritually so that we're ready for whatever comes next. And what happens is it's like when you're a child and you tell your mom, I'm going out to play. And mom says, you know, okay, just be sure you're back before dinner. And you're out there and you're playing, and all the kids are having a great time. And pretty soon you're building sandcastles, and all the kids are gone, and it's starting to get dark. And it's like, wow, what's going to happen now? And the kid doesn't know what to do. And so he's crying, and he says, I don't know what's going on. And the man finds him and says, come on, I'll take you home, next door neighbor. And he goes to the door. And he says, the one thing you have to remember is the key to everything is inside of you. And so the little boy starts looking. What? He says, no, the key is inside of you. And then the boy opens the door and walks in, and he always remembered that. And the first time he went into Sunday school, he thought about that. oh, the key is within me. And that's the thing that we all have to develop, is to know the key is within us. The power is within us. Ernest Holmes was committed to teaching about spirituality and our own growth, our own spiritual evolution. He was committed for 40 years to doing that teaching, as much as Mary Jean has been. 40 years of teaching in this tradition. That's pretty amazing, is it not? That's committed. That's 100% committed. So the idea is we have to understand that all the turbulence that's going on in our life is self-propelling. We have this inside, and if it's in turbulence, if we're not understanding what's going on, if we have anxiety over our job, or we're having anxiety or nervousness over our relationship, whatever that is, it's generated from in here and shows up out there. And until we understand that principle, that what's in here is showing up out here, we'll be lost in this world. And we'll be constantly trying to manipulate and change and control everything, which is absolutely the wrong direction to be facing. It should be facing inside, because our commitment should be 100% to understanding how all this is working in here. Ernest Holmes said, "Change your thinking, change your life," which is a powerful statement, but it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone because the truth is, we don't want to use our mind at all. Now that may be shocking, because we are taught from almost the day we're born that that's what we want to do. We're actually, our evolution is to move from the ego mind trying to control the world and trying to manage everything that's going on and trying to manipulate everything, to move away from that, because all the thoughts that are being generated in your mind are thoughts that are generated from habits that you've had and from past experiences you've had, and you keep generating that stuff, and you keep wondering where it's coming from. Where does that thought come from, that this is that, and this is supposed to be this, and it's supposed to do that? It's coming from the subconscious mind. That subconscious mind is controlling your life, because those are your beliefs and your experiences, and therefore, you're going to have more of those experiences. If you're committed to your evolution, you'll understand that that process has to stop. That's why all the great traditions say the ego has to be killed, meaning the ego mind that's generating all this has to be handled. How do we handle that? We have to bring to the surface what's in our subconscious mind. Look around, the preferences you have, the likes you have, the dislikes you have, the fears that you have, whatever it is, that's all inside of you. And then it starts showing up. It shows up at work, and then it shows up in your relationships. Relationships is 100% guaranteed to push all your buttons at some point. Yes? I know, nobody wants to admit that, because the person sitting next to you will be upset. But it's true. What happens is, if you're 100% committed, that means this stuff is going to start coming up. If you're both committed in the relationship, you'll learn how to handle it. You'll learn that that's the ego that's showing up. Therefore, if I don't react, this fizzles away. There's the key. Stop reacting. Period. Full stop. Stop reacting. Because it's the reacting and then the reacting from the other side that gets that whole dance started. But in relationships, if you're committed in the relationship, you work through it. But it's hard if one person is committed and the other person isn't committed. So at the very beginning of your relationship, you should establish the ground rule that We're here for our spiritual evolution. We're not here to figure out how to make more money, to get a better job, to have a bigger family, whatever those things are out there. That will actually follow if we understand this spiritual process and principles that are going on. Every great saint has always said, if you focus out there on trying to get things, you're always going to find out that it's going to disappear from there. But if you focus on something inside, that's permanent, and all this will take care of itself. Makes sense to me, because if I take care of this in here, then the world that's the mirror is going to show me that. And therefore, all the things I need are going to show up, and I can stop being the doer. I don't have to do anything. If I don't have this subconscious mind that's trying to take care of everything out there so I feel okay, it's not going to work. But when spiritually I'm at that place of peace inside, all this shows up. Everything I need shows up. Why? Because the universe is in charge, not me. The universe knows how to do all this. Every time you wake up, the universe wakes up. And it creates everything. And think about it. That's hundreds of trillions and trillions of stars and infinitesimal atoms and quarks and all those wonderful things that have to come into alignment for you to even wake up. And then it has to do that every single millisecond. Pretty interesting, isn't it? Every time you move, the universe moves. Bless you. Every time you move, the universe moves. Every time you think, the universe moves. When you move into the astral plane, you find things floating around you. It's kind of a field around you. That is your thoughts. When you pass, you'll see your thoughts right in front of you. You go, oh, that's what all that stuff is. Some say it's, you get a movie, so you'll get a movie of what's going on. Though that movie is all the places you thought certain things. And every single one of those is the place that you had an opportunity to love and you didn't. An opportunity for you to serve and you didn't. It's not a place of judgment, it's just a matter of fact. And if you keep doing that, missing those opportunities, you're going to keep coming back to this plane, to the physical plane, to learn to evolve to do that. And everybody in this room has probably been through thousands of incarnations. And now we're at a place to where we're hearing it, and some part of us is recognizing this, and it's time to get totally committed. Not partially committed, but totally committed. What does that mean? It means every moment I have an opportunity to observe what's going on within me. And when I can observe what's going on within me, instead of becoming the anger, there's anger. And I'm observing the anger. I observe the anger. Not I am anger. See the distinction in that? It's a big distinction because, one, I'm lost in and identified with the anger. The other one is, the mind-body is having the experience of anger. What do I need to know from that? Pretty soon, that begins to disappear because observing something brings it into fruition and it takes it away. In quantum physics, the observer effect, everybody has probably heard about this now for the past 30 to 40 years. It's actually a 100-year-old principle. That is, whatever you observe is impacted. Whatever you want to observe, which is the vision in your mind. Can you turn the audio down a little bit? Thank you. The vision in your mind, I hear, one of my things is my hearing is very acute, so I hear high frequencies. And hey, I'm a dog. That's what you said the other day to me. And I'm just learning. I'm spiritually evolving. Woof, woof. And don't call me Rover. So where was I? Yeah, what kind of dog am I? So We need this time. We need this self-reflection. We need to participate in our own evolution because the world isn't going to do it for us. We know that for a fact. The world is busy trying to figure it all out as it's going along, and it's not doing a very good job of it right now. But we have the opportunity. That's what Ernest Holmes was trying to tell us. We have the opportunity to learn how the principles and the laws work and how to create. And he doesn't ever say, here's how you create. You get the hammer and nail and go out and start pounding. He goes, first, go inside. When you go inside, know the truth that you have the power within you to create. And then sit in that place, that silence, and allow that silence to bring forth what you need to know so that this takes place. That's very different, isn't it, from just going inside to my mind and going, how am I going to do this? I'll tell you a story, short story. How many of you know John Wooden, who was a coach for UCLA for many, many years? He was an incredible human being. In 1932, he was going to get married to Nellie, his wife, and 1932, the economy was in pretty bad shape. And 2 days before their wedding, the bank where their money was closed permanently. And they lost their $1,000 that they had saved. So he was able to borrow enough from his family. He was from Indiana. They were from Indiana. He was able to borrow enough from his father and the family in order to go to college. And then he worked his way through college. And he became, 1948, he became the coach at UCLA. He was not only the coach for basketball, he was the coach of all of what he called these kids. And he said they needed to learn who they were, what they were about, what life is about. And he kept telling them the secret to success in basketball and in life is see in your mind's eye what you want to create and then allow it to happen. And keep practicing until that becomes a flow. And if you watch the teams that he coached, they had a flow and a rhythm to what they did. And he was a master at that. He and his wife were married for 56 years. She died in, I think, 1975, or 1985. She was 75 years old. And from that time until he passed, she passed on March 21st, every 21st of every month, he wrote a love letter to her. And he would take that love letter and he would go to her pillow, because from that time on he only slept on his side of the bed, and he would put it with other letters. And this journalist followed him for a couple of weeks to write a story about him. And this is what he was doing when the journalist showed up. He was putting the love letter saying, I love you, it was great, and I miss you, but I'll see you soon. And he would wrap it up in a yellow ribbon. The day he died, there were 300 letters wrapped in a yellow ribbon stacked on the pillow. Because he was totally committed. As he was totally committed in his teaching, as he was totally committed about his own life and his own success and helping everybody. He had so many things that he did for the communities, for the colleges, for the universities, for the programs. Anybody that was in trouble, a student who didn't have enough money, he would give them $5, $10 to help. He said, that was my spiritual education that I was doing. There's a quote. Can you put the thought for the day up? Thank you. Things turn out best for those who make the best of the way things turn out. Let's say that together. Things turn out best for those who make the best of the way things turn out. The power of that statement says everything about who he was. It wasn't about, I'm going to change all the things out here. It's going to be, whatever's going on out here, that's what is. I'm focused in here. Take a breath. Close your eyes. Focus your awareness in the area of your heart. Allow the thoughts to pass through as though they're clouds. You're the sky. Thoughts are passing through, and the blue sky is shining through. Whatever needs to happen in your life, allow it to happen within you. The gap between your thoughts is a place of freedom. The thoughts are bondage. Allow the freedom, that space, allow it to open greater, wider. Allow the vision of what you want to create, that you know and feel inside, to surface in that gap. The power is in silence. And come back. It's not so easy to come back as it just feels so nice in there. Peaceful, joyful. When a group is together like this, it magnifies the peace. So as the first song said, your infinite possibilities. Let's spend everything we can on evolving our spiritual life. That brings forward those infinite possibilities. You are a gift to the universe. Never forget that. Namaste.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Would the prosperity receivers please come forward? I love that quote. And I was looking for my camera so I could take a picture of it, and I didn't have time. You yeah. This is an opportunity for us to give. It's the time where, growing up, I didn't know how valuable giving was. But I always had an envelope. I grew up Catholic, and I always put some money in that envelope and turned it in every week because I was committed to, they said the money was to keep the Vatican clean or something like that. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I'm committed to keeping the Vatican clean. So every week I took my envelope for the whole time I was in school. Remember, Sherry did too. And there's something about giving that's so powerful. Now I realize it's not to keep the Vatican clean, it's to keep inside growing and expanding and accepting greater good. So whatever is your gift today, just close your eyes for a moment and just declare, I accept all my good. I accept it. And I want to acknowledge all those people that do the automatic giving. Would you stand up if you're an automatic giver? Let's give them a hand. I want to thank you for being automatic givers. These are the people that know that it's easier to automatically give than have money every Sunday or a check with them. It's easy and effortless, and it's a commitment. So I want to honor that because all of you can do it. Marcia's actually the one that's ahead of that. If you want to give weekly so you don't have to remember bringing money on Sunday, talk to Marcia. She's right here. What? Daily. Would you raise your hand? This is Marcia. Okay. Okay. And that's Tony. So whatever works for you, I just give thanks. I just want to let you know it's really a spiritual practice. And I bless you in knowing that greater good is unfolding. And so it is. And now for our fabulous musicians, we have Deborah and Tim.
This next song is really going to feature Tim and Circle Game. I think this was written by Joni Mitchell, right?
Joni Mitchell.
Joni Mitchell.
And yeah, if you've got kids or if you've been a child, I think you can relate to this song. Yesterday a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar. Fearful that the sky is full of thunder, and tearful at the falling of a star. Then the child moved 10 times around the season, stayed over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like when you're older must appease him, and promises of someday make his dreams. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to cartwheels through the town, and they tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circle down. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came, and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, and the painted ponies go up and down. We're captive on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. And go round and round and round in the circle game.
Thank you.
How beautiful. Thank you so much. We have one more song from them after we get to pray. Would our prayer team please come forward? I also want to remind you, next Sunday is the potluck. Everyone's invited. Everyone can bring a dish. It's not just members. Anyone can stay and hear the meeting. We're going to be electing also 2 new officers, Tim Lilly and Ann Agila. Will be up for nomination, so come and vote for them. And here's some of the exciting things that we're doing at the center that you can be involved in. So that's next Sunday. Actually, this is a big week. Tuesday starts visioning. Wednesday is our new foundation class, which if you have not taken it or you have taken it, please come. Larry and I are teaching it. It's 5 weeks. It's going to be a fabulous class. And then Friday, you get healed through sound bath. And then Sunday, you bring a dish and you get to all eat. So it's a big week. So come and enjoy it with us, because we'll be at all of it. Let's just take a moment, close our eyes, and let's put some people in prayer. I would like to put Richard Titchener in prayer for perfect healing from his operation. That divine intelligence works through every cell in his body right now, expressing his wholeness. I'd like to put Terry in prayer after she's had her surgery, knowing that all is well. Michelle, after she's had her surgery, will know the infinite intelligence works through every cell in her body. I declare the wholeness that she is. I put Tom in prayer as he releases his roommate who passed on this week. I'm putting Diane Joyce in prayer as her beloved husband Patty made his transition this week. And I also want to put in prayer those in Florida, those that have lost their home, their lives, their loved ones, those in South Carolina. Knowing that truly it is the divine at work through everyone, every person, every cell, every situation, and that there's always a purpose, a greater good, something greater for each one of those people. So right now we just open our hearts in love. And if you have somebody in your life, especially you would like a prayer for, somebody that maybe I even mentioned, call out their name right now. Let's fill this cathedral with their name. Yes, Todd. Call out your own name. Mary Jean. So that I know for each one of us, for every name that's been spoken here and all those that are unspoken, that there is that divine presence of spirit in and through each one. There is a perfection, a wholeness. There's a commitment to live to our fullest as the divine light that we are. I bless each one of us. I bless the Center for Spiritual Living as it makes a difference in people's lives. I allow those that have issues in their life to find the center and come and join with us in community. It's the community of love that changes lives. I bless this spiritual community knowing that it is changing lives, doing greater good in this world. And I know there's even greater good that we're called to do. I declare it perfect. I accept the wholeness and the miracles right now. And so I let it be. And as we say together, and so it is. Amen. Thank you. I feel like I've just been in the monastery in Tibet. Thank you, Sherry. And now we have our, one more time, the affirmation of the week. Then we'll close with the song. Things turn out best for those who make the best of the way things turn out. If you didn't have a chance to, now you got it, right? Larry, I don't need you to take a picture of it. Okay, what's our affirmation that we have this week in our bulletin? We have the new bulletins out there. Okay, let's say this together. Then we'll have our closing song. Today, I stand committed, and I'm not turning back. Not now, not ever. Let's do that one more time. Today, I stand committed, and I'm not turning back. Not today, not now, not ever. Okay, I added a few words, sorry. And now for our closing song. Thank you again, Deborah and Tim.
I love this song. I love this next song. Was the soundtrack for the Golden Girls, but it's also a really powerful song. But let's not think about that as I'm singing it. And I just want to thank everybody for being my friend out there, because I really appreciate it. I need it now. Thank you for being a friend. Traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, and won't you stand up and take a bow? If you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, well, you would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the card attached would say, thank you for being a friend. Sing along with me. Thank you for being a friend. Wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. It's a car you lack, I'd surely buy you a Cadillac. Whatever you want, any time of day or night. I'm not ashamed to say, I hope it always will stay this way. My hat is off, won't you stand up and take a bow? When we both get older, with walking canes and hair of gray, have no fear, though it's hard to hear, I will always be right here. Thank you for being a friend.
Wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.
Yeah, thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.
Let me tell you about a friend.
Thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend. When we die, and float away into the night, the Milky Way. You'll hear me call as you ascend. I'll say your name, then once again, thank you for being a friend.
I wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Thank you, say it to your neighbor.
I wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Everyone, every now of being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Yes, thank you for being a
I
friend.
wanna thank you.
Thank you for being a friend.
I
Thank
wanna
someone you don't know. Thank you for being a friend. I wanna thank you. Thank you for being a friend.
Right now, for being
Thank you for being a friend.
right now. And I
Anyone
tell you
ever
again,
being a friend.
thank you.
Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.